Hey guys, my name is Murtaza Saeed, and today I'll be presenting on Dollodon pampingi, otherwise known as Mantellosaurus atherphildensis. As I continue through the slideshow, I'm just going to turn my video off. So the name, Dollodon has actually been found several times and been named different names. However, currently, due to the absence of quantifiable morphological differences between the findings or skeletons, they're all now referred to as Mantellosaurus atherphildensis. Dollodon refers to Louis Dolo's tooth, referring to the man Louis Dolo who first described the remains. The species name bampingi refers to Mr. Daniel Bamping, who assisted Gregory Paul in the investigation of the species. Mantellosaurus atherphildensis, otherwise commonly known as Mantellosaurus. The name Mantellosaurus is derived from Gideon Mantel, who discovered Iguanodon, and Atherphildensis pays respects to Atherfield, which is a village on the Isle of Wight where the fossils were uncovered. So Mantellosaurus belongs to Ornithischia, which is defined by having an opisthopubic orientation as well as a predentary. Both of these adaptations are associated with food consumption, as the opisthopubic orientation facilitates a larger stomach and intestinal region, and the predentary supports foundation for a lower beak. Members of the most small clade that it's part of Hadrosauridae are discerned based on a premaxilla that has its ends flaring out like a duckbill, a grinding dental battery, and an increase in tooth position and complexity, whereby these characteristics are useful for the development of a duckbill beak and the advanced foraging diet. So where and when was Dollodon present? It was present in the early Cretaceous, giving a geological time range of about 145 to 120 years ago. Multiple modern day locations associated with northwestern Europe have been identified as the areas where the fossils have been found, such as the Bernie Sarret Quarry in Belgium, as well as the Wessex and Vectis Formation on the Isle of Wight in England, the Arceus de Morella in Spain, as well as Sauderland in Germany. At the time of the early Cretaceous, there was elevated CO2 levels due to increased volcanic outgassing and seafloor spreading due to the separation of Pangea. These likely led to the development of coastal lagoons, implying a warm and wet, humid environment in the regions that Mantellosaurus was living. These regions were also associated with mud flats that were subject to flooding, all of which are supporting the idea that this is a herbivorous animal that is in an environment that supports increased vegetation growth. Moving on to the food web and lifestyle. So analysis of microwear on the teeth of hadrosaurids displayed irregular chewing pattern. Further analysis of Edmontosaurus, which is another member of Hadrosauridae, displayed scratchings that were indicative of low to mid-level browsing of today's vegetation, such as tree ferns or horsetails. The lower shoulders present on Mantellosaurus compared to Iguanodon berni sarratensis indicates that it ate lower than 4 meters off the ground. Looking at dentition of Mantellosaurus found that there was teeth continually being lost and replaced, implying a hard diet. Further, looking at the digestive cavity of Edmontosaurus found the presence of coniferous plants. Looking at predation, Tyrannosaurus tooth marks were found on a significantly crushed Edmontosaurus tail, indicating Tyrannosaurids were most likely the predators. Looking at the area and time correlating to Mantellosaurus, we indicate that Baryonyx and Neovenator are two likely candidates that were predators of Dollodon. Looking at lifestyle, the presence of a hollow chest indicated the capability of producing low frequency sounds that were able to be detected by the advanced mid and inner ear of Mantellosaurus that was capable of detecting a variety of frequencies. And so this is thought to be a point of interspecific communication. Looking at nesting habitats using Maiasaura as a proxy, we find that the nest contained about 17 eggs, and each nest was separated from another mother's nest by about a mother's body length. identification of many youth bones in and around copious amount of crushed egg cells indicates that the juveniles remained at the nesting site for extended periods of time. Due to this, it suggested that the parents would bring food to the nests for the children. That's all for my presentation. If you would like to learn more about Mantellosaurus atherphildensis, feel free to check out my poster. Thank you for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed.